we'll just see though. I got to go back and talk with the team and see what makes the most sense. That's really all it boils down to. I'm very disciplined in the sport of boxing, in life in general. It's getting to that point, but if it makes sense, it makes sense. The numbers, I know when the numbers come out, the numbers did very well. The gate did very well. I proved that I'm a draw in the sport of boxing. I proved that the people want to see me. They come out, they support.
The same thing that we talked about we were going to do in the DMs before you picked Jermaine.
2026, we're doing it.
We need to get him back. Promise?
Remember, you promised. You're the promoter.
Well, I got you. Listen, in the DMs, I got your word on it. All right, just stand on it. So look, handle that business, okay?
I don't know. You know what I mean? You know, Devin's season. I just seen something the other day. Keyshawn was saying it like, you know what I mean? He was calling Devin out when he knew he wasn't even ready. You know what I mean? He was calling Devin out when he was 5-0, knowing he wasn't ready. So that season just...
Devin Haney demands Keyshawn Davis send the contract warning. He'll break him down in dominant fashion.
Come out swinging, come out wild like he does. But you know, I'm gonna break him down. I'm gonna crush him. I'm gonna step on him. No matter.
Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney have shared a heated rivalry for years, fueled by pride and competition.
I was always around Shakur as an amateur and shit. So Shakur introduced me to Floyd, Devin Haney, all that type of shit. So there's a hell of times I'm around Devin Haney and we 24 fitness playing basketball, regular shit before niggas became celebrities type shit, or just who we are today. And it just never showed. Nigga never even looked me in my eyes. Nigga never showed me respect. Like nigga never. Shakur always like, yo, this nigga Keyshawn, this, that, third. He be like, for real? That nigga still a kid. And like, he just never gave me my respect.
He sent you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, big nigga, you know goddamn well. Now I'm here, nigga. And everything Shakur been saying, nigga, I lived up to it and then some. What you talking about? And he's still like, his father used to, it's crazy because beginning of my professional career, his father used to be like, oh shit, the businessman. What's up with you? Like, that me up.
Keyshawn Davis said fighting a steroid user changed his career outlook and exposed Devin Haney as soft.
For the guy with steroids, and it changed his whole career. It changed how he talked. It changed everything. So us seeing Devin Haney doing all of this with a person that had 0.1 estrogen, and we all seen that Ryan Garcia was still in there getting tired. It's like, bro, I'm sorry. There's no other word to put this. You're a bitch. Excuse my language. That's how I feel. You're soft. You don't know how to take your L's. You a person that been given everything all your life, a daddy's boy, making sure you've been straight all your life, and now you took your first loss. I feel like you don't even know how to take it. Granted, I wasn't in there fighting Ryan Garcia, but you asked me how I feel. You just took it always as suing and all that extra shit. I feel like, bro, you soft, bro.
Keyshawn Davis has been dominating as shown in his victory over Jermaine Ortiz. And now he's ready for Devin Haney.
Keyshawn Davis goes out and dominates Ortiz, beats him pillar to post, and knocks him out in the 12th round. 11th round body shot put him down. 12th round body shot took him out. I was really impressed with Keyshawn that night. How about you?
Yeah, no, I was impressed because Ortiz was a handful. And I think that's the best I've seen Ortiz fight. We know that he's a championship spoiler, right? If you're not careful with guys like Ortiz, they can win quiet rounds, and next thing you know, you're in trouble in the later part of the rounds. This fight could have turned out that way, but Keyshawn never allowed Ortiz to play the spoiler, and he closed the show. If Keyshawn wouldn't have got that knockout in the end, then I probably would have picked apart that performance a little bit and been like, you know what, man? Keyshawn wasn't at his absolute best. He could have done this. He put it in another gear. It was a big moment, a big stage, but he closed the show, and he never let the spoiler play his role.
Shaker Stevenson praised Keyshawn Davis, saying he's prepared his brother and others none matching Keyshawn's elite level.
It's like this, right? It's kind of, I'm not going to say it's kind of unfair.
What you mean?
It's unfair for these fighters to the point where that's really my brother, and we could really help each other and prepare for these fights. So when he going out there, right?
Tomir Smalls shared his perspective on the brewing tension between Devin Haney and Keyshawn Davis, pointing out how timing and readiness play a big role in boxing. He recalled how Keyshawn was calling Devin out early in his career, even when he was just 5-0, suggesting that Keyshawn might not have been fully prepared at that stage. For Smalls, that moment showed how season matters. Fighters need the right experience before stepping into certain challenges. Still, he acknowledged that both Devin and Keyshawn have been in the sport around the same time, which makes their eventual clash even more intriguing. Smalls believes it will be a good fight, one that fans will want to see. He also raised the question of whether weight could influence the outcome, noting that he originally thought Devin and Shakur Stevenson would meet first. Either way, Smalls sees the matchup as inevitable and exciting.
47 for me, so it is what it is. You know what I mean? I gotta see everybody above me. You know what I mean? If you're not above me, I ain't worrying about you. If you got one of them belts, I'm on that ass. You know what I mean?
Do you like to hear that? Like hearing more guys at 140 or the big name dudes jump into your division?
Yeah, big name. I thought you was about to say just, I don't want just anybody just moving up to 47. Ain't gonna do nothing but get crowded. But the bigger names ain't doing nothing but making more opportunity. You know, they gonna be, everybody scanning each other. And them coming up, they gonna have to be looking for somebody that's above them. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I'm ready to get it on.
In your opinion, who wins that fight if it were to occur?
Out of who?
Devin and Keyshawn.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Keyshawn was saying it like, you know what I mean? He was calling Devin out when he knew he wasn't even ready. You know what I mean? He was calling Devin out when he was 5-0, knowing he wasn't ready. So that season they play a part. You know what I mean? But they both been in the game about the same time, man. It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight for sure.
Do you think the weight is gonna play a role?
I honestly thought Devin and Shakur would end up fighting first. You know what I mean?
Me too.
I thought they would end up fighting first, but you know.
Davis dominated from start to finish, controlling the pace and breaking Ortiz down with precision. He mixed his offense beautifully, jabs to the body, hooks, uppercuts, and well-timed combinations, all while keeping constant pressure that never allowed Ortiz to settle into his rhythm. The fight ended dramatically with Davis scoring a knockout in the 12th round after punishing body shots. It was a statement win on a big stage, showing not only his skill, but also his ability to close the show when it matters most. This victory solidified Davis's reputation as a rising force in the sport, and it's clear he's ready for even bigger challenges ahead.
And he had a good game plan, Jermaine Ortiz, and he's just not that guy. He's come up short now 3 times on the biggest stage possible. No shame losing to Loma, Lopez, and Keyshawn, but when you're getting knocked out in the last round, that's when you start questioning your stance in the top of the game. But that's credit Keyshawn, man. He closed the show and he looked incredible.
I thought Keyshawn was really good. He obviously filled out the weight really well. He is a strong 140-pounder. Body work has become his MO. You go back to the Dennis Baranchik fight, knocked down Baranchik, kind of went the same way. Knocked down Baranchik in the 3rd round with a body shot, knocked him out in the 4th round. This time was the 11th and the 12th round for Jermaine Ortiz. I would disagree with you that I didn't like Ortiz's game plan. I thought he should have moved a lot more.
Analysts believe that by 2026, the most compelling fight in boxing could be Keyshawn Davis versus Devin the Dream Haney. For years, tension has built between Davis, his brothers, and Haney, with verbal exchanges fueling anticipation. While Haney has been linked to names like Gervonta Tank Davis and Mario Barrios, many argue that a showdown with Keyshawn would be far more entertaining and lucrative. Davis, already a champion at 135 pounds, has proven himself with performances that fans found more exciting than Shakur Stevenson's, and his rise has shifted conversations toward bigger matchups.
Keyshawn Davis brothers, and Devin the Dream Haney. I believe in the 147-pound division that a Keyshawn Davis versus Devin Haney will be just as interesting, just as lucrative than any of those fights that we mentioned. A potential fight with Rolly Romero, potential fight with Devin Haney and Crocker. I think Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney will be a way better fight than that. Mario Barrios, I think that Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney promo will be way better than Mario Barrios and Devin Haney. And of course, those are unification bouts, but we also in the landscape of boxing in which belts don't matter as much. It don't matter as much. It matters, but it don't matter as much. Keyshawn Davis was already a champion in the 135-pound division, and where he performed.
At 147 pounds, the stakes grow even higher. Analysts point out that belts matter less in today's boxing landscape. What matters most is star power, style, and fan engagement. Davis brings Olympic pedigree, sharp skills, and relentless pressure, while Haney offers technical brilliance and proven championship experience. Together, they create a stylistic clash that promises fireworks. Some even frame it as Davis hunting down Haney, refusing to back away from the challenge. With Bill Haney guiding Devin's career and Keyshawn eager to prove himself, the promotional buildup alone could rival any unification bout. By summer 2026, this fight is expected to be one of the sport's defining moments.
The performances that Keyshawn Davis has is really more entertaining than the performance that Shakur Stevenson had. We were talking about Shakur Stevenson in the 135-pound division, but as Keyshawn kept emerging, he was already a conversation of Shakur, Keyshawn, and Davis, Keyshawn. Of course, got Andy Cruz going to be facing one of the guys on the 24th, but look like that fight is not gonna happen. The primary fight for Keyshawn Davis now, in my opinion, is Devin Haney at 147 because that's his plan. The primary fight for a Devin Haney, in all actuality, should be now a Keyshawn Davis. If Keyshawn Davis is willing to fight you, and they call in and Devin Haney and Bill Haney, shout out to Bill Haney, that won the job as a manager, is saying that they Debo, well, Keyshawn Davis is Craig, and Keyshawn Davis is running towards Debo.
Bernie Thawboxer gave his honest reaction to Keyshawn Davis calling out Devin Haney, and his words reflected both respect for Haney and admiration for Davis. Bernie acknowledged that he has seen Haney spar and knows how well he carries himself in the ring, describing him as a seasoned professional. Still, when asked who he would favor, Bernie leaned toward Davis. He explained that Davis's style, his meanness, and his killer mentality make him stand out. With fast hands, sharp punch selection, and a willingness to mix it up, Davis brings an energy that Bernie believes could give him the edge.
You know, it's a great fight. I want to see the fight, but I'll favor Keyshawn just on the strength that I love how Keyshawn fights. I love his meanness. I love, like I say, his kill mentality. He has great hand speed, like I say, great punch selection, and he's willing to mix it up in there. So I will favor Keyshawn, but it's just a fight that I would love to see.
I mean, knowing that Devin Haney fight could be such a big fight down the line, do you would rather see Keyshawn in a fight at 147 first before tackling Devin Haney? What do you think?
No, just give him what he wants.
Give him what he wants.
You know, all the talking, just give him what he wants. If that's what he said, then just do that. You know, sometimes we just gotta listen what they say and give them what they want.
Bernie also dismissed the idea of waiting for Davis to fight at 147 before facing Haney. In his view, if Davis wants the fight, then it should happen. He emphasized that Davis is already a star, a silver medalist, and a world champion, so there is no reason to hold him back. Bernie described Davis as ready to be let off the leash and given the opportunities he is asking for. He also touched on the post-fight moment with Conor Benn and Shakur Stevenson, noting the tension, but suggesting that Davis's path is clear. He is chasing the biggest names, and Haney is at the top of that list.
The star, like I say, he's a silver medalist. He's a world champion already, been a world champion already. There's no more holding back for him now. Just let him go, let him off the leash, you know.
After the fight, Conor Benn comes into the ring. They talk, have some words, but Shakur Stevenson said, I want to put that same rehydration clause you put on Chris Eubank. Tell me, what did you get out of that moment in the ring?
Well, you know, I heard on the press conference where I think it was his manager said that, you know, that was a clown move, but I think Shakur invited that, you know. I don't even know if I would have said all that about Conor being right then, you know, but I think he really wants that fight. He really wants the money for the fight. You know, he been saying that. And now he came through victorious.
Haney took to social media and responded, and he said, Keyshawn, as you can see here, let's do it. Let's make it happen. Right? Now, Keyshawn is now 14 wins, no losses, no draws, 10 wins by way of knockout. Devin is 34 wins, no loss, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. So Devin got more knockouts than Keyshawn actually has fights. Devin is about 5'9", with about 72-inch arm reach. Keyshawn is about 5'8", with a 70-inch arm reach. Keyshawn has more power. Devin Haney has shown that he's a better pure boxer. I think Devin Haney's defense is better than Keyshawn's. Devin Haney's going to control him with his jab, his distance, his range, and his counter-punch ability. I think this is going to be the most skilled, talented fighter that Devin Haney has fought outside of Lomachenko. Right? Lomachenko is so accomplished, so skilled, so talented. But I just think that Keyshawn is bigger, has more power than Lomachenko, and just as talented and skilled as Lomachenko. I think Keyshawn is more skilled and talented than Regis Prograis and Brian Norman Jr., but they got more power than Keyshawn does.
Keyshawn kept the pressure. Him keeping that pressure wasn't allowing Jermaine to get set and set up whatever he needs. He did a great job pressing him. The jab to the body, the right hand to the body, the hooks, uppercut, everything. Everything he did was good. It was with pressure, and I think that was the main factor. He kept the pressure on him. The 1-2 now.
Keyshawn's timing is fucking incredible. Like, coming off the layoff, right? Coming up to another division. In my mind, I'm thinking that was going to be the first thing to suffer. But he had his timing from round 1.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't nothing for him really to pick up on because Jermaine Ortiz is a rhythm fighter. He got to feel good to get his shit off. I mean, he gotta know that you slowed down for him to get his shit off.
Analysts see the potential clash between Devin Haney and Keyshawn Davis as one of the most intriguing matchups in boxing. Haney recently responded on social media, signaling his willingness to face Davis, which has fueled excitement among fans. Davis currently holds an undefeated record with 14 wins, 10 of them by knockout, while Haney stands at 34 wins with 15 knockouts. The numbers highlight Haney's experience and volume, but Davis's power is seen as a major factor. Physically, Haney has a slight edge in height and reach, standing at 5 feet 9 inches in with a 72 in reach compared to Davis at 5 feet 8 inches in with a 70 inches reach. Analysts argue that Davis brings more punching strength, while Haney's strengths lie in his defense, jab, and ability to control distance. After Davis's recent